Today we're gonna create a water reflection from a normal photo. Hey there, my name is Ali, aka Photo Magician, and today we're gonna create water reflections. Okay, we'll start by dragging our photo. The photo is available in the description and you can download it and follow along. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unlock my layer. Then I'm gonna use the rectangle marquee tool and I'm gonna select a part of below. I'll make sure I remove these two buffaloes and I'll press delete. Okay. Now I want to get rid of this one. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use my lasso tool. I'll make a feather of maybe 5 pixels. And then I'm just gonna very roughly draw a selection around it. Okay, but I want to get rid of the below part, so I'm gonna go back to my rectangle marquee tool. I'm gonna hold Alt. It will add a small minus next to my selection. I'm just gonna remove this. Okay, now we have our selection. I'll go to Edit, Fill, then I'm making sure it's content aware, and I'm gonna press Enter. Okay, now we got rid of the buffalo. Okay, now to create the water reflection, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold Alt, and I'm gonna drag this one and hold Shift. Make sure it's like straight. Then I'm gonna press Ctrl T for free transform, then right click and flip vertical. And I'll just move it until it fits with the one above of it. Okay, now we started like to creating the first water. It actually looks like water. We'll just tweak it a little bit. Okay, water reflection is mainly like it should be darker because not all the light is reflected. Some of the light is going through the water. So I created the brightness and contrast and linked it below and then just made it a little bit darker. Okay, now one more thing. Let's call this reflection. Water is never like super smooth like a mirror. So I'm gonna go to filter, blur. I'm gonna go to motion blur. I'll make a blur like right and left. Something very subtle like, yeah, 12 pixels. Okay. Then I'm gonna go again to filter, blur, motion blur. I'll do the same but up and down angle. Okay. Now if you see when we moved it up and down, some of it got faded. So I'm gonna just press the move tool and just move it a little bit up. Okay, till it closes. Okay. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to filter. In the distort, we have something called wave. This creates some sort of a wave automatically for like in Photoshop. But what I'm gonna do, I want it to be like right and left, not up and down. So I'll take the vertical, I'll make it 0. And I'll make it, okay, 1. This is the vertical 1. Okay, and the horizontal, I'll make it something very subtle. And here I'm just gonna use a very small number like that. And then I'm just gonna press OK and try. It's just like trial and error. Okay, it made a very subtle wave effect. This is not what I wanted. I wanted something a little bit stronger. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Z to undo. Then I'll go to filter, distort, wave. Okay, I'm gonna increase a little bit the percentage of the wave and maybe reduce a little bit the wavelength and make the minimum 1 in the amplitude. I'll press OK. Okay, now it's like, it's a little bit strong, but it's much better. It's actually too strong, so now I'll press undo again. I'll go to filter, distort, wave. I'll just reduce the opacity, like the percentage of the horizontal to the half. Okay, now we have a subtle like wave effect. Okay, finally I'm gonna crop my photo. I don't want it to be that wide. I need like the cow to be at this point, a point of interest, because the cow is like our main subject here. So I'm just gonna do that. Make sure you have delete crop pixels only if you're sure you don't want like the outer part. This will make your file go faster. And press OK. Maybe I'll do a final adjustments. I'll go to curves and I'll just darken it a little bit from here. Brighten the blacks and I'll pull the highlights. I believe it's too bright, something like that. Now it's more like it's less bright and it's more like misty or moody.